Good evening, my friends. Welcome to our Monday night live broadcast. And tonight, I've got a special information that I'm going to be sharing with all of you. And for those of you that are watching this on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel, welcome. We're going to be talking about the network marketing industry tonight. And first and foremost, I want to say that you will never meet anyone that is more enthusiastic or more passionate about network marketing than me. All right. It has changed my life. And frankly, it has changed the lives of so many people. Tonight, I'm going to share with you information about the business that you're not going to hear anyplace else. Let me just take a little peek. Barbara, she is feeling better. Thank you. For those of you that were in my Saturday Ask Max session, we were supposed to follow it with a mastermind session, and I ended up having to take my wife to the hospital. And we were there for about 5.5 hours, and fortunately, they didn't keep her, brought her home, and she's on the mend. So I appreciate all of my students that sent me, best wishes and everything. So that being said, let's get down to the heart of what we're here to talk about. How to recruit whales. Now, whales are people that have large circles of influence. And when you bring in a whale, they don't come into your business by themselves. They bring team members, co-workers, they bring their friends. So tonight we're going to talk about how to recruit them. I'm going to share with you some of LinkedIn's newest features that are going to make it easier to connect with them. And for those of you that are participating in our retreat, and we have a retreat once every quarter, I'm going to pull a lot of information out of our e-training, How Network Marketers Catch Whales. People with large circles of influence. And I want to first say this, that anybody can recruit a whale, even you. So have you ever wondered how some people achieve success in your business so fast? They become top earners in your business by recruiting whales, people with large circles of influence. People like him. And when he comes into your business, they tap into the people in their circle of influence and bring many of them with them. So there are 10 secrets that the top earners in your business know but never talk about. I'm going to share all of them with you tonight. Now, network marketers are in the center of two perfect storms of opportunity. The first perfect storm is the network marketing industry storm. And what you have here is companies that close, companies that go out of business, and as a result, experienced seasoned network marketers are looking for another home. And LinkedIn is going to help you connect with these people better, faster than anything else. And anyone can bring in a whale. The other perfect storm is the business industry storm. Again, it's going to be easier for you to connect with these people on LinkedIn than any other social network. So let's talk about the network marketing industry storm. Every month, over 200 companies close, fail to launch, merge with other companies, change their comp plans, or make other unpopular changes that drive leaders and their teams to other companies. And every month, over 300 new companies are launched. 93% of them are going to fail within 5 years and drive leaders and teams to other businesses. The business industry storm revolves around what's happening with the economy. Hundreds of large companies are closing and laying off staff in record numbers. Professionals losing their jobs are rushing to LinkedIn to find new jobs. LinkedIn is adding 10 million professionals every month, and sales is the most common profession, accounting for 20% of the laid off workers in all these different companies. Now, I'm going to share with you a recent discovery. It's about 6 weeks old, that will help you find and then recruit whales faster on LinkedIn than on Facebook. Francisco is a student of mine for over 20 years. Sent me this at the beginning, at the end of 2000. Thanks to using your strategy and scripts, my team has grown from 200 people in November to 2,000 people in June. Included are 16 experienced network marketers, whales who love me because I'm teaching them what you taught me. My business is on fire, and so am I. You are making a difference for so many people. And then I heard from him again. Couldn't wait to share with my mentor that my business has now grown from 72,000 motivated team members in August, this was last August, to over 300,000 members in the last 2 months. The last whale I enrolled in my business added over 200,000 people to my business when he brought his leaders and team members with him. Your elegant strategies and scripts are working for everyone. What you taught me continues to change my life and the lives of so many other people. Another success story is from Todd. I started using your strategies for enrolling a whale from the corporate world about 10 days ago. Since then, I've connected with about 30 people a day. Enrolled a business builder yesterday and have 3 solid appointments for today. After 20 years in the MLM industry and trying pretty much everything taught by numerous so-called gurus, I'm truly amazed at the results I'm getting from what you teach. 9 o'clock in the morning, he tells me he's got 3 appointments in the afternoon. Comes back later in the day. Thanks to you, Max, I enrolled 3 rock stars in a row. This wouldn't have been possible without your strategies for enrolling a whale from the corporate world. Can't tell you how grateful I am. I'm going to explain to you exactly what these people are doing. And when you understand the basic fundamentals, you can be doing it too. So, why should you be listening to me? In the 90s, I broke the code to a social network called America Online, and I changed the network marketing game. I used your texting feature to develop a simple formula and scripts that helped me add thousands of like-minded people to a network marketing business in 18 months. I went from about 400 people to 7,000 people in 18 months. And then the company that I was with merged, was sold to another company, and everything changed. Over the years, I've trained or shared the formula and scripts with hundreds of thousands of network marketers around the world, who in turn have trained and influenced the millions of people that they work with. A lot of leaders in our company left. They went to other businesses. And I was invited by probably about 27 leaders who all disbanded and went to different companies. I was invited to teach their people. The first event I went to was in Anaheim, California. It's a big NECANN event. They had about 11,000 people there. I was giving a training to one of the leaders. He had a breakout session with about 2,000 people. And I had put together a training package. We called it the Perpetual Prospector. And I sold $20,000 worth of trainings. And I said to myself, whoa, I can do this. And I've been doing it ever since. My formula has been responsible for creating 2 generations of online 6-, 7-, and 8-figure earners. It has leveled the playing field for everyone. And it's helped transform the entire network marketing industry from a belly-to-belly, face-to-face business to a virtual one. I said it back on AOL. The internet is the great equalizer because you have the same opportunities to connect with people that everybody else has. People started calling this the Max method years ago, and they now call me the father of social networking. Now, I've made millions teaching network marketers how to turn their social network personal profiles on every significant social network into an attraction marketing magnet and a broadcasting platform that impacts millions of people and makes them millions of dollars. My track record of developing social media 6-, 7-, and 8-figure income earners in network marketing has become legendary. My mission is to help everyone with a strong desire to succeed in network marketing become a top earner using social networks. And if you're going to win the game, you have to know the rules. You have to know what's going on. And if you don't, one day you may be in for a rude awakening and a big surprise. Today, the fastest growing top earners in your business will tell you that they owe their success to my formula and my scripts. They teach them to everyone that comes into their business, and as a result, they've got the fastest growing teams of excited distributors in their company. The simplicity and ease of teaching this to everyone that comes into their business ensures immediate duplication that drives excitement, motivation, and rapid rank advancement deeper into their organization. Everyone follows the formula and scripts because they enable them to enroll new distributors and customers into their business in less than an hour or 2 a day, but no one says you have to stop. In 4 steps, you can create a free LinkedIn and Facebook profile, instantly connect with perfect prospects, communicate with them at will, and close a sale in less than an hour or 2 a day. And then teach it to everyone that you bring into your business, and you are on your way to becoming a top earner. When you follow these 4 steps to the letter, they produce great results for you no matter what you're selling. So right now, you can connect with people that you already know on LinkedIn and Facebook who are perfect prospects for your business, and following my proven scripts, enroll them into your business. You can also connect with total strangers on LinkedIn and Facebook that you know in advance are looking for a way to make full-time or part-time income from home, and enroll them in your business. These 4 steps are simple to follow and easy to teach. And when you master the formula and scripts, you can immediately help your new recruits use them to bring people into their business, and your business grows too. Help your new recruits become successful quickly, and they will stay in business with you. Everyone on your team will overcome and break through the greatest obstacle facing every network marketer today: not having qualified prospects to talk to. My formula and scripts have changed the game for everyone. Now, you can help your new recruits make a few sales immediately before they make their traditional warm market list. Very simple. Change your picture on Facebook, all right? And the people that see it, people that you're connected to, react to it. Somebody that you would have called on the phone to talk about your business sees the picture change and likes it, or makes a comment. And you write back, hey, I really appreciate the comment, Helen. You know, we haven't talked in about 12 years. What's new? What's going on in your life? So Helen tells you 85% of the people that you ask that question to are going to come back and ask you the same question. And following a proven script, you can bring Helen into your business. Then you get Helen to change her picture. 2 of her friends go through the same thing, and it just duplicates. It's not what works in network marketing, my friends. It's what duplicates. Bring somebody into your business on Monday. By Friday, they're bringing in their friends. By the following Monday, they're bringing in their friends. So let's talk about this network marketing industry storm. And LinkedIn is going to help you make amazing connections. So we'll talk about the 10 secrets that the top earners in your business know, but you don't. Top earning network marketers in your business don't share this information for a number of reasons. But when you apply this information to your prospecting and recruiting activity, you will become a top earner much faster. For maybe 2 years, network marketing companies weren't holding events. And it's always been a business about events. You take your prospects, you invite them to events. They could be small events, they could be big events. And what happens is your prospects go to this event and they see all these people there. They're excited. Now, they may not understand everything, but the effect of seeing all these people excited gives them the sense that, I may not understand this, but if all these people are excited, it's got to be real. And all these people wouldn't be here if it wasn't legit. That's the power of events. So the leaders don't want conversation out there about how the fact that every month 200 companies close. Well, how do we know that our company isn't going to close? They focus on customer acquisition, not what's going on behind the scenes in the industry. So there are a total of 10 network marketing secrets that the top earners in your business know, but they never talk about. And when you know what they are and how to apply them to your daily prospecting and recruiting activity, you will rise to the top of your business faster. So the first secret, number one, every month, over 200 network marketing companies close, merge with other companies, fail to launch, or make unpopular changes that create a large pool of people that are earnestly looking to find and join another company. The top earners and leaders found in this group are routinely called whales. So here they are. I just told you number one. Let's talk about number two. Every month, 300 new companies are launched, and 93% of them are going to fail within 5 years. Now, these statistics come from the DSA, the Direct Sales Association, which is the network marketing industry. It's like the Better Business Bureau. 3, network marketing companies recruit top earners from other companies. It's a very, very competitive deal. They're looking for leaders, and they'll compensate them to come over. Whales will leave a good company and move to another company. You could actually go to sleep on a Friday where you've got a downline with it's a binary, and you got something like 25,000 people in one leg. And then you find out on Monday that the biggest leader in the company left and took all those people with them. Why did they leave? A lot of different reasons. Most of the time, they leave because they're going to a better opportunity. Whales will leave a failing company and move to another one. 85% of the top earners in a company have been in more than one company during their career. People usually make more money in their second or third MLM than they did in their first. When you bring a whale into your business will grow much faster. And help is available to anyone to recruit a whale. And finally, anyone at any level of experience in network marketing can recruit a whale. 85% of the whales in network marketing have been in more than one company during their career. And so one of the things that you want to do is you want to talk to some of the leaders in your company and find out what their network marketing experience is. When a whale leaves one company and goes to another one, they bring people with them from their former company. So winning the network marketing game can be like playing musical chairs. Now, applying this information will have an explosive growth effect on the size of your business. The secret helped Francisco build a team of 72,000 people in 20 months. And he now has 500,000 people on his team. He is working harder than he has ever worked in his life. He's training, teaching, but he's making more money than he's ever made in his life. It helped Sheldon add 3,500 people to his business in 3 weeks. And it helped Cindy add 3,000 people to her business in 3 months. So at the end of 2021, wanted to wish me a Merry Christmas. My team is now up to 17,000 people. Everyone is blown away by your scripts. February last year. So the growth of my team is continuing from last year. We ended up 2021 with 17,000 members. And we just closed out January with 38,000. Organic growth. People use the products, they tell their friends. By June, just checking in, I've been taking care of my dad for the past few months. My team has grown to reach 52,000 people. I just got off the phone with a major whale who had a disagreement with the company owners and master distributor over money. So this major whale has a team of over 600,000 people. My upliners and I are talking with him and everyone and loves everything we've been proposing. By August, while I now have 72,000 motivation team members, thanks to your scripts, exciting news is that the whale with over 600,000 people in June is joining my business. I'm living the network marketer's dream. November last year, couldn't wait to share with my mentor that my business has grown from 72,000 people in August to over 300,000 members. Last whale I enrolled brought in 200,000 people. Your elegant strategies and amazing scripts are working for everyone. What you taught me continues to change my life and the lives of other people. Then in January of this year, thank you for your mentorship and friendship. It's changed my life in so many ways. I never thought I would reach this level of success, but I'm living the dream. My team grew to 400,000 people by the end of the year with the active participation of 30 whales. I have another whale that joined my business in December that has a team of 200,000 people, but he decided to wait until the holidays were over before he started to bring them in. I expect to end January with 500,000 people, and he did. Sheldon Miller added 3,500 people to his business in 3 weeks. Sheldon was the first person that I ever coached, and this was back in the AOL days. Sheldon was a top earning network marketing leader in Manatech. He was a presidential. He created his profile in America Online on December 1st, 2006. Now, back then, we didn't have Zooms. We couldn't do screen shares. But so he's in front of a computer. I'm sitting in front of a computer, we're talking on the telephone, I'm describing and giving him directions on what to do. 3 days we worked together. It was 2 hours a day. And he was a musician, played the drums, and his AOL screen name was Mr. Double Dare. Back then, people didn't use names, real names. So how did he get the screen name Mr. Double Dare? See, it's all about stories. He was in retail, and he was actually living in his car when a good friend in Manatech invited him to come to a meeting, and he didn't want to go. So his friend dared him to go. Again, he didn't go. So his friend double dared him to go. And he says, Max, you can't ignore a double dare. So he went to the meeting. It changed his life. 6 months later, he wasn't living in his car anymore. Another 6 months later, he was at the top. He had a phenomenal personality. I mean, he'd get into an elevator. He reminded me of the comedian Flip Wilson. Get into an elevator with people, and by the time the elevator got to the second floor, everybody knew him. Very friendly guy. So I'm walking him through setting up his AOL profile. And the reason he was doing it was because he had broken up with his girlfriend. So he wasn't going to spend the holidays with her. And they figured, hey, I was teaching his people. They were having great success. So he decided, I'm going to do it too. But I could tell as we were going through the steps, his interest, was waning. I couldn't hold his attention. So AOL had a dating site. It was called Love at AOL. So while I'm giving him instructions and I'm waiting for him to complete his assignment, I went over to the Love at AOL and I did some searches for women in the Seattle area, which is where I was in Portland. And I started sending him links. And his interest really perked up. So by the time we were done, he, of course, insisted that I show him where Love at AOL was. I didn't hear from him for 7 weeks. 2 weeks later, on December the 14th, Sheldon met an unhappy top-earning network marketing leader in C-Silver, who was also a musician that played the piano. So their mutual connection was music first, and then it turns out they're both network marketers. She played the piano, he played the drums. So she had a bigger group in C-Silver than he had in Manatech. But C-Silver had big problems. C-Silver was founded in 2003, and they made health drinks and dietary supplements. At its peak, the company had 700,000 customers, distributors, and had monthly sales as high as $20 million a month. Earlier in the year, on July the 25th, Federal Trade Commission had ordered C-Silver to pay almost $120 million in fines for using false and misleading product claims, and ordered them to reimburse consumers. The bad publicity was killing recruiting as well as business building. So she started bringing her team of leaders, customers, and other leaders in the company and their teams over to Manatech. In 3 weeks, she would bring 3,500 people into Sheldon's business. They had the fastest growing team in the company in January. The icing on the cake was they also got married. Now, I didn't hear from Sheldon until the 3rd week in January. He calls me up and he says, Max, I owe you a debt of gratitude I will never be able to repay. Love it. What's going on? He said, I'm getting married next week to someone that I met on AOL. But the most important thing is that I've also got the fastest growing group in Manatech, and he was given an award at their convention in Dallas in February. He's up on stage, and he brought his bride with him, and want to thank Max. It's made this whole thing possible. Ceasover closed on January the 3rd, 2007, because the owners of the company were tired of fighting the Federal Trade Commission. How Cindy added 3,000 people to her business in 3 months. Cindy was someone that I had recruited into my organization, Happy Hour. I used to, when I was building the business, I ran ads in newspapers, held meetings. I did everything. For 7 months, I networked Happy Hour in Palm Beach. And I would go to 2 very popular upscale bars between 5 and 8 o'clock. And I would meet, I was looking for, professional people that like to sell. So I met Cindy on Worth Avenue and signed her up in the business. It was probably the easiest sign up I've ever had. Okay. So it turned out that Cindy was a postal worker. She worked at the post office in Palm City. And she was a horse lover. She had a horse. So she meets Roger up in Jacksonville, who was an area coordinator in ACN. He had a horse. So their initial connection was a mutual love of horses. Now, Roger always figured that Cindy was going to get into his business. He was making about $2,000 a month. Cindy wasn't doing a lot of recruiting, but since she worked at the post office, she wanted to meet people. And so our company was more of, an extension of her social life. And I remember she told me she was going to buy a computer to meet people. I laughed at her. In fact, I suggested that she needed psychiatric help. But she convinced me. And so she meets Roger. And ACM, the company he was working with, changed their comp plan. And Roger's check was significantly reduced. The day he got his check, he saw Cindy online, says, "Tell me about your business." And now he's ready to join our business. So I was Cindy's upline. So she introduced me to Roger. And, back then you didn't have pictures on your profiles. So whenever I would go to an event, so people would find me, they would recognize me. I used to wear a cowboy hat. I used to go to Texas because the company was based outside of Dallas. And it was amazing how I'd go to these big conferences and there'd be 3,000, 4,000 people there. But I was easy to find because I was wearing a black hat. Not many people were wearing hats. So she introduces me to Roger, and we bring Roger into the business. So I said to Roger, "If you're not happy, I'm sure there are a lot of other people that aren't happy." He says, "Nobody's happy." Now, networking is networking. It doesn't matter whether you meet people on the street, at the gym, on Facebook or LinkedIn. Once you start making connections with people, everything goes. So I said to Roger, "Roger, give me the names of some of the leaders in your company, and I'm going to call them. And if I can bring them into your business, they'll all go under you." So he gave me the name of the regional vice president in his business. So Roger's down there, and Terry was his big upline. And look at all the people between Roger and Terry. Well, I called Terry up, and a little phone etiquette. When you call somebody that you don't know, you should really very quickly introduce yourself and tell them the nature of the call. Give them an opportunity to either talk to you or reschedule. So I said, Terry, my name is Max Steingart. I'm a leader in a network marketing company, and a number of your people have joined my team because Roger was bringing a couple of people over. And I said, if you don't mind, I'd really like to find out what's going on with your company. So Roger said, I'm sorry, Terry said, I'll give you 15 minutes. He talked to me for 3 hours, and I just listened. Told me his life story, told me how disappointed he was with the owners of ACN, and he would never get into another company where he couldn't sit down and look at the owners. Now, he lived in Oklahoma City. The company was based outside of Dallas. And so I told Terry, listen, anytime you want, I could set up a meeting where you could come down to Dallas and meet the owners. He says, you can do that? I says, yeah. So I got off the telephone, I called the company, and I got the CEO's secretary. And I said, my name is Max Steingart. I'm a leader in Florida, and I've got a whale that wants to come to the company and talk to Jeff and Eric and see if he really likes what I've shown him about the business. So she set it up. Then I called Terry back and told him, and Terry drove down to Texas with 3 of his leaders. And the owners of my company were Jeff Olson, who went on to start a skincare company called Miriam, and then it's something else now, and Eric Worre. And so he went to the company, and they sold. So now he's driving back from Texas, and he says to me on the phone, he says, a lot of people have told me about this company. I got a couple of people in my organization that told me about this company. Basically, what he was saying is, why should I, he's not obligated to sign up in the business with me. He could sign up with anybody. If somebody showed you the business and they don't have the wherewithal to help you, why would you sign up with them? Strategically, you want to sign up with somebody that's going to help you. So I said to Terry, listen, as soon as you get into the business, I want you to give me a list of all the regional vice presidents in the company. I'm going to call every one of them, and everyone that I sign up in the business is going to go under you. In fact, I'm going to get a couple of my team members to do it too. And then, well, that was appealing, the icing on the cake. What got him to come into business with me was I told him that I was going to help everybody in their team build the business on the internet. Now, this was back in it was 2002, 2003. And very few people really knew about the internet back then. He wanted a piece of it. So picture on the left is Terry with Cindy, and the picture on the right was the first group of leaders that they brought to Texas. It was over 300. I just realized I'm back here. I don't know where Cindy is. Right? So this is how it started. Terry's group of leaders added 1,400 people to Cindy's business in 60 days, and the group would grow to 3,000 people a month later. Cindy became known as the internet queen in our company. Jeff Olson was the CEO, and this was one group of leaders that I was working with, and Eric Worre was the co-founder. So where are they today? Jeff Olson, what happened with the company was the company they went to an event. I was the fastest growing leader in the company. I was killing it on AOL, and they sold the company to Prepaid Legal. Jeff, who said he would never do a lotion and potion company, started Nerium. Now it's Neora. Eric founded, GoPro. Terry Sowards is a top earner in Shaklee, and me, I've been doing it now. Next month it's going to be 27 years. So Cindy would add 3,000 people to her business in 3 months. Whoops, got a little duplication there, I think. Renata Lundberg was introduced to me back in 2012. She wanted to learn how to build a business on Facebook. She was with a company called Univera. She was with them for 17 years. And what I taught her about Facebook enabled her business to grow substantially. In fact, a number of her leaders would make millions. And in November of 2020, after 17 years, the owners of the company sent out notices and said, hey, sorry, but we're going to be selling our products on the internet. We're disbanding our distributors. She literally lost her business. She took what I taught her to do on Facebook. She applied it for a new business. She joined LifeWave. Within 6 months, she was at the top of the company. She made the leadership board, and she's killing it on Facebook and LinkedIn. Everybody was crushed. The last day she was going to get paid from Univera was December the 30th. It happens. So there are two kinds of whales. Insider whales are professionals that have network marketing experience. They could have existing teams, or they could have been in network marketing before. And then the outsider whales are professionals that have circles of influence. Let me So how network marketers catch whales, we break everything down for you. The best way to become a top earner is to talk to the people that you know personally that have large circles of influence. Faster way is to talk to professional whales that you know personally. Even faster is you talk to professionals that you want to know. But the absolute fastest way is to talk to experienced network marketers. So insider whales, outsider whales, the process is pretty straightforward, but it's about relationships. Relationships. People have to like you. People have to trust you. And the easiest way to build a relationship with anybody is over shared passions. Maybe you guys share the same hobby. And so basically you can meet people on Facebook or LinkedIn by the name of their company, their rank. You could meet outside whales, same thing, by the name of their company and their headline, their title. You can search for people that work for stores that are closing. Top titles of corporate whales: corporate recruiter, regional director, regional manager. And then you've got whales that belong to organizations. And they're easy to connect with. At the beginning of the year, Jeunesse was, last year, Jeunesse was struggling. And management made some bad decisions. 3 of the top earners in the company left in October. They would end up starting another company in February. So LaCour Enterprises was a group, an investment group that would buy up struggling network marketing companies, put new money in. So a lot of the leaders in Jeunesse left. Go Global, which was an online education platform, needed a product. So they acquired the marketing division of Omega Pro. LifeVantage announced new compensation plan. Feedback was everybody loved it. Isagenix was acquired by another company and got new financial partnership. They just had their convention in Orlando, and the company, is literally relaunching the company. And everybody that's still with Isagenix is very excited. I helped 60 people in Isagenix become $1 million earners. Started working with them back in 2000 and I think 9. Ray Faltinsky, who founded Free Life International back in 1995, and 1999, 2000, he was a big fan. In July of 2017, LifeVantage was taken over by another company. But now Ray is launching another one. Network Marketing Leaders launch a company called Yoli. This is January. Body Shop at Home announced to their people they're not paying their distributors anymore. So when anything happens to your company, it's critically important that you be aware of what's going on. I remember when I was running ads in a newspaper, my first 6 months in network marketing, I was talking to somebody who really sounded great on the telephone, and he says to me, "Excuse me, but is this network marketing?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And he says, "Well, thanks, but it's not for me." I said, "Would you mind telling me why?" He says, "I'm good at sales, and I got involved in one of these companies, and I got my income up to where I was making about $20,000 a month. It was great. And then he says, one day, the company closed down. I lost everything. I would never do one of these things again." And the truth is, back then, I didn't know what to say to him. If I knew then what I know now, and he just quit, it would have been totally different. Because what happens is leaders, when something like this happens, they go to another company. Only you don't go by yourself. You've got team members, you've got leaders that will follow you And if the company is shutting down, you've got all the other leaders that are going to be looking for a home, as well as the orphans, the people that don't have a sponsor, don't have support. And so while you're building your business, you want to be as nice to people as possible. So a leader goes from one company to another one, and they bring a whole bunch of people with them. I didn't know this until the third year I was in the business. And what happens is they join a company, and the first month, they bring in a whole bunch of people, and they get everybody's attention. Company edifies them. Oh, Mary and Bill here, brand new to the company, they added 75 people. We're all excited. What happens? Everybody looks to these people. The orphans will gravitate to people that are having success because they need all the help they can get. So God forbid, if anything ever happens in the company and they end up going someplace else, they bring orphans with them. In the business world, companies are laying off people like crazy. And you could find these people on LinkedIn. Waves of layoffs are sweeping across America. Professionals with the sales and recruiting skills to be successful in your business are open to hearing from you. Peloton last year laid off thousands of employees. Twitter laid 50% of its workforce. Netflix made cuts. You could go on LinkedIn for Peloton. They had 18,000 people. Twitter, 48,000. Netflix, 82,000 people. But if you're going to talk to these people, you want to talk to people that have the aptitude and the skills to be successful. Sales is the most common role, accounting for 20% of the laid off workers. 57,900,000 people. Seeking opportunities, 181,000. Looking for opportunities, 44,000. Open to an opportunity, 5.6 thousand. Searching for opportunities in sales, 4,000. So there's no shortage of opportunities for you to talk to people. Now, we can jump over to LinkedIn. Now, Jim McCune is a corporate director in Melaleuca. I've known Jim probably 25 years. He used to come sailing with me. He lived in Jupiter and Florida, and I lived in Palm Beach. And Jim was a school principal. And he joined Amway. He was an emerald. He was on his way to diamond. He had two diamonds under him. And he lost one of his diamonds because their compensation plan is a breakaway compensation plan. The company I was in was a breakaway compensation plan, but I didn't know what that really meant. Well, Jim found out when he lost a huge organization. He said, hey, this isn't going to work for me. So he joined Melaleuca. Today he's a corporate director, and he's got, I think, 5 or 6 Amway diamonds that he brought over. You can go up here and you can do a search. Amway. Click on people. There's 85,000. But here's the thing. We could filter this down. Diamond. You got 643 diamonds. Now, it's easier to go for someone that knows an Amway diamond See, the key is to connect with people in other companies, not necessarily by their rank. That's not as important as sharing similar values, similar interests. Francisco was introduced to that top earner with 600,000 people. He didn't meet him, but he had connected with a number of people in his company. And as you routinely do, you follow up with people. Hey, how's business? How are things around the holiday? So there's one woman that he had been very nice to and shared, given her a couple of tips. When he asked her what's new, she says, oh, we're company's changing and we're going to looking for another company. Our leader told us he's looking for another company. So she liked him, and he asked, he says, listen, I'd love to talk to him. I think he'd love our company. So not only did she provide him with the information, she made the introduction, which gave him a lot more credibility. Now, what happened? Talking to the 600,000 people, he's been in this company for 25 years, knew nothing about social media, nothing. And when he told them that he was a social media expert, trained by the top guy in the industry, he was my protege. I was his mentor. And for those of you that are coaching students, you can tell anybody that. So at the end of the day, after doing his due diligence, they brought that wheel over. Then it became a matter of doing meetings and introducing the business to their teams. So you would be better off in many cases, instead of going for an Amway Diamond, go for an Amway Emerald. Or you can go with anybody at any level in a company. The key is you have connectivity, you have synergy between you and them. That's the most important thing. And of course, the icing on the cake for all of you is you know how to use social media to build a business. That's the icing on the cake. That's the magic door that will get these people to look at you. And then all you have to do is tell them, just go over to Facebook, change your picture and watch what happens. That's how Francisco got his initial whales. Now, they were part of a company and the company wasn't growing anymore. Their organization wasn't growing organically. And, they could get back into a business building mode again. But unless the company had good, solid internet tools, that's easier said than done. And sometimes the leader will figure, you know what, if we just go someplace else and bring our leaders with us, we'll make more money in this new company than in the old one. A lot of leaders think like that, and that's exactly what happened. It's the nature of the relationship that you create with these people, and you put yourself in a position where they like you, they trust you, but the most important thing is that you have instilled in them confidence to know that when it comes to LinkedIn, when it comes to Facebook, you know the deal. And you can bring these people, show them a few things, because you know what they don't. And so, for some of you that are relatively new to your business, If you don't have an upline, there's still ways to do this. If you do have an upline, you know, at the appropriate time, you want these people to connect. At the end of the day, it's all going to be about the relationships that you create. And that's going to ensure that folks will stay in business with you. Let me take a moment and look at some of the folks that are here that are in boot camp. It's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. And you could create a relationship over mutual passion for fishing, for golf, whatever it is. But the thing that you have going, all of you have going for yourselves, is that you understand LinkedIn and Facebook better than anybody. That's what it's all about. Cordell, it's nice to see you. Let me it's been a while. In 2021, Cordell, a lot has changed. And let me unmute you. Now, sometimes people can talk, sometimes they can't. Your settings need to be adjusted because I can see your followers, which means you don't have a connect button, you got a follow button. And now, when you know who you're talking to, when you know who your perfect prospect is, they're easy to find. Let me look at Stan. Now, Stan was a student for a couple of years, and he so we started working together in my coaching program this year, and he sent me this. Been 2 crazy weeks since our last coaching session. I sponsored 12 people with just the last call, 2 weeks. Been busy onboarding the new team. Then I got this in April. Hard to believe I'm writing this. I've always wanted to send you a testimonial. I've added 21 new team members in the last 3 weeks. That's one person a day. How do you do that? Let me show you what he's doing. Coaching is exceptional. You've given me the reassurance to go from where I was for a few months, stuck, not going forward, to getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people I talk to. So Cordell, you've been on Facebook. I'm sorry, you've been on LinkedIn for a long time. All right. Now, and you have 1,200 followers. So you go over to your network. People you're already connected to. First level. And you go and look for people that are looking for an opportunity. Well, I've got 1,100. You are not going to believe how many people you are already connected to that, frankly, you've never talked to. He goes back and he's looking for people in real estate. He's looking for investors. Another thing that LinkedIn has done is they've added celebrations. Birthdays. And LinkedIn is letting everybody know how long you've been connected. So I've been connected to this fella for 11 years. If I go over here, take a look at the message, we've never talked. You're going to be amazed how many people you're connected to that you either haven't talked to or you haven't followed up with. That's a strategy that has him literally talking to one person every day, signing them up in the business. All right, so James, let's take a look at your profile. Looks good. So again, it's always going to be about conversation. Okay, so Kevin, it doesn't look like you're doing anything on here. I mean, you're in, you went to one of my programs in 2017. Let me unmute you for a second. Kevin, welcome back. What have you been up to? Well,
Can you hear me?
now I can, yes.
Okay, I had a death in the family. My spouse died, and so I'm just trying to get back into the swing of it. And you're right, I haven't been doing anything.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. It's um, yeah. Well, when you decide, what are you thinking about doing?
Well, I plan to get back in your boot camp and get some techniques and try to get into LinkedIn and Facebook and uh, trying to do what you're teaching.
Yeah. Well, here, I'm gonna put a link in here. Where is it here? Our next boot camp in August. It actually starts on the 11th, but we have a special promotion. And for those of you that are in boot camp, I got something exciting to show all of you. Go to maxsteingart.com/retreat combo. And what that'll do is that'll get you in our August boot camp. Now, as soon as you register, you'll have access to the July boot camp. So you can literally get started right away. And our 3-day top earner retreat. Now, let me show you the retreat takes place over 3 days. But before I do the retreat, let me show you what we're doing for boot camp. For those of you that are in the July boot camp, I promised you this, and they're in the process of, they're just now in the process of getting it set up. But we've added the important, since posting is so important, we've added new material. So here, instead of searching for motivational images, you're going to be able to download them right off of my website. Okay, we've got, I think, 200 great motivating images. Additionally, I've got over 100 GIFs, moving images. And they're in the process of also of loading up case studies. So this was put in the August boot camp, Create, Connect, Communicate, and Close, but you'll have access to the July boot camp, which has an extra session, the daily routine of top earners. The retreat is a 3-day deal where we're going to teach you what the network marketing, nobody teaches us. how to connect with whales, our 90-day game plan. And over 3 days, each session, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, goes on Friday and Saturday, it goes to 3. On Sunday, it goes to 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to literally teach you all the things that nobody ever talks about in network marketing, including our 90-day game plan, which is going to lay out the steps to building a large organization. So when you bring somebody into the business, you're going to train them. It's 4 steps: preparation, pre-launch, launch, and event. So every time you bring somebody into the business that's new, you walk them through this. This is going to show you how to start people right, correctly, so that there's no chance, we minimize every chance for them not to do well. Then we have preparation, pre-launch, launch, and event. Network marketing is all about events. And so we've got trainings here on literally how to invite people to home parties, meetings, even doing live broadcasts and inviting people to virtual events. And you'll be able to get started right away. You don't have to wait until the August boot camp. So I'm glad you're back. I'm sorry, sorry for your losses.
Thanks, Max.
I just took my wife to the hospital on Saturday, and she had like the last 10 days. We knew there was something wrong with her, and I was really worried. And it turned out that I guess ladies, when they get older, her potassium level seemed, dropped, and they identified what it was, and now we've got her on potassium, and she's already feeling a lot better. And it's something you have to watch. The older you get, man, it's older you get.
You got that right.
Anyway, I'm glad you're back. But even though you didn't do much, let me just say this: that whatever you did do, okay, you got 15 connections. If you had whatever you had, it won't take you any time at all to build this up. And I'll keep my eye out for you. And
I appreciate it.
Yeah, jump on as many SMAC sessions as you can, and we'll help you there too.
Sounds good.
So welcome back. And let me see. I think that's just about everybody that's new. Okay, so let me do this. Let me be careful about how you talk about old. We are like fine wine. Hey, listen, I'm going to be 77 in September. Okay. And that's not old. The 77 is the new 50 as far as I'm concerned. So I can joke about it, but you just have to stay busy. Okay. And okay, so let me flip back over here. So there are all kinds of people on LinkedIn that you're going to be able to reach out and talk to and approach. So let me do this. Let me come back up here to the top. So if you go to maxsteingart.com/retreat combo, I put it in the chat. You'll participate in the August boot camp, as well as our 3-day top earner retreat. And the August boot camp, it's going to have 4 sessions. The July boot camp had 5, so you'll have access to those. And we have new material. We've added new scripts. And you're going to find we've added new material for posting so that save you some time. You can just download them right from here. Same thing with daily motivational gifts. Instead of searching for them, we've got, I think we have 100, 125. And then, of course, we've got some case studies that are coming next. A lot of exciting things are going to happen in August and September. Okay, next month I'm celebrating 27 years in network marketing. We're going to be ramping things up. We're going to be launching Social Networking University, and we're coming up with all kinds of tools to make it easier for all of you to prosper and do very, very well. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, to prevent any of you from going to the yeah, they're going to be, Barbara, they're going to be in the July boot camp. Okay, the problem is that there, because I promised all of you that they would be there. There's some technical ramifications that I didn't anticipate, and it's going to take some time to work it out. But yeah, they will be. I mean, they will be there. They should probably be there before our last session. Save you all some time. So we're here to help you. Every quarter we do a retreat, and this one is going to be very, very special. You know, in February, the folks from Jeunesse, ACN, and a bunch of leaders from the SEO all launched a new company called 3. And it really created all kinds of turmoil in a number of companies. So during the retreat, we're going to share with you all the latest things that are happening on the internet as it relates to network marketers. And we're going to show you how you can tap into this huge pool of people that are looking for new home. Boot camp is tomorrow night. It's going to be closing the sale. Look forward to seeing all of you there. And again, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this up, but I'll put it in the chat one more time. Yeah, I don't tell you something and I don't follow through. So it's going to make it easier for all of you. So until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is amazing. We'll catch up to you next time.